been those men that have been commissioned to come out here and do these works, you know. And it's all of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh His mercies, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why the scriptures talk about you stir up your pure minds of the way of remembrance. Remembrance, because what it is, one time we once knew this.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a quick precept. Song, this is Songs of Solomon is 3:1. It says, by night on my bed I sought him, whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. Verse 2, I will rise now and go about the city in the streets and in the broadways. I will seek him, whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not.
That's implying that wisdom cries in the streets.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
That's you're gonna find this knowledge out in the streets, man. In the place of concourse. That's why we're out here, man. If you looking to seek wisdom and answers and understand it, you gotta come out in the streets, man. A lot of guys got this knowledge by walking past, man. That's a beautiful scripture.
Yeah, and brother, and also, whenever you want to promote something, you take it to the street.
Yeah, you take it to the street.
You know, because then that people are able to see, oh, you can go to the internet and check it out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's any type of thing, they always take it to the streets, and they give out free stuff. They always, if you ever look at it, they always, like, there's some, you know, maybe Pepsi wants to do some new shit. So then they'll go to like some heavy foot traffic places, and then they start handing free shit out. Advertising, showing shit. And then they're like, they always refer back to the unicorn. They always refer back to the unicorn. There's always deal breakers, you know? Like if you go into a store to buy some car parts, but if you go on the internet, you know, it's way cheaper to buy, like 20% cheaper or whatever the case may be. It always refers back to the unicorn.
Yeah. Well, that's how this word is. The word comes out in the streets, and if you want to listen more, you go to the internet where the videos are put up, man. And when you come out on the highways and hedges, that's like the live. You there in real time, you know. So I mean, that's how it's always been.
And that's why there ain't gonna be no excuses. It's not, I mean, this thing, like we coming out here and publish, you know, making this thing public. That's what, you know, the apostles, you know, the apostles put out the decree, you know, keep pushing the videos. But now it's out there. The truth is out there, you know. And then that's what goes into predestination. And you got your elect. And it's just men that were set up to get it, and it was men that were set up not to get it. Eschatology. I did a little video on that. It's like it deals with predetermination, judgment, and just the overall the ending of things that are to be, dealing with, you know, men in the world, you know. And this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna come to pass, you know. We plan it out. Let me get what is that? Man's goings of the Lord. You know, the king's what is that? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 14, verse 21. It says, so that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said unto his servant, go out quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city, and bring hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them in. So like he said, compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
Yeah, so this is a parable, a dark saying, or a parable of Yahweh Shah. You know, what he spoke of 2,000 years ago, it has come to pass in these times, you know? How we been set up to come out to the highways and hedges and compel, you know, the people that, what is it, the poor, the maimed, it says the poor and the maimed, the halt and the blind. Yeah. And those are people at the bottom totem poles of society, man. You know, they come to the highways and hedges, man. You know, come into the marriage, man. Because the lowly is going to receive the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, the meek shall inherit the earth, the lowly, man.
Quick precept, and it's spoken about in prophecy. You know, that's why when the Lord said in Matthew the 5th chapter, you know, come to fulfill. You know, all of this stuff was spoken about. This is Luke. What is this? This is Luke 4:17. It says, and there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah, and when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written. It says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives.
Yeah, who is the read it again?
Con.
He has delivered me to
yeah.
preach the gospel to the brokenhearted.
To the poor,
Oh, to
and
the
have
poor.
sent me the heal the brokenhearted.
Yeah, who
to
is the
preach,
brokenhearted?
yeah,
The brokenhearted are our people, man.
to preach deliverance to the captives.
Broken in spirit, yeah, to preach deliverance to the captives. And we are of the captivity. We are the children of the captivity, man. Okay? Our fathers were brought over here in cargo slave ships. The rest of our brothers are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Okay? The Native American Indians were conquered by the so-called white man. That makes us captive exiles, man. Scriptures say the captive exile hasten to be loose, man. You're supposed to want to get up out of here, man. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. And that's why we come out here to teach His word. With faith that the more we teach His word, the quicker the times are going to come. And the times are moving, man. You see the way this thing manifests since 2007, you know, up until now, man. The times have been speeding up, man. Even more so in these times now, man. This is about to be springtime, man. Next month. On the March 20th or something like that, it's going to be springtime. The clock's going to roll. The clock is going to roll up. You know, you're going to lose hours sleep, and the time is going to get even faster, man. For the elect sake, the Lord shall, you know, speed up time. Yeah.
Mark 13 and 20.
Can you
Isaiah 13.
can you get hey brother, get Sirach 36 and try to get the third Sirach 36.
We can start at 1. If it's Sirach 36, we can start at 1.
Can I grab this right quick?
Sure. Mark, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good chapter. I
Yeah,
like
go
that
on.
chapter. Bring it out. Sirach 36.
This is Sirach chapter 36, verse 1. Have mercy upon us, O Lord power of all, and behold us.
And that's what we out here for. We out here looking for mercy, man. This is one of our fathers, Sirach, the preacher, that said that have mercy upon us. All right, have mercy upon the elect of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
Verse 2. It says, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee.
Yeah, we're praying that the Lord send His fear upon all you nations, mainly you Edomites, you so-called white people.
That's right.
All you other nations, man.
That's right.
Send your fear upon these nations, man.
Right.
All right. The Lord sent His fear upon us when we transgressed His laws, statutes, and commandments. He raised up the so-called white man to put us in slavery, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3. It says, lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power.
Yeah, lift up thy hand. And the Lord's hand is power, man. Against thy strange nation, man. All right? Let them see thy power, man. When the Lord lifts up His hand, you so-called white people are going to die, man, because that's when you're going to see the power of the Lord, man.
That's
You
right.
Edomites, man.
That's right.
All right? That's when you're going to see the power. And the power, His power is going to come in the form of the chariots, the hosts, the army. That's going to come out of the sky. It's also going to come in the form of the nuclear missile, man. The ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, man. That's how the Lord is going to show forth His hand, man. All right? Go ahead.
It says, and as thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified again among them before us.
Read that again.
It says, and as thou wast sanctified in us before them.
Yeah, as we were sanctified in the Most High before them. All right? All right? Because when we were in the wilderness, the Lord was with us, man. He wasn't with the other nations. He was with the nation of Israel, man. All right? The Lord took down Egypt for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true Israelites, man. All right? Go ahead.
It says, so be thou magnified among them before us.
So when the Lord shows His power, He's going to magnify Himself, man. All right? He's going to magnify, and He's going to show that we were His men. All right? Go ahead.
And let them know thee as we have known thee.
Yeah, let them know thee as we have known them. A demon-like power, man. All right, a power that lays the rod of correction, man. All right? Because we know the Heavenly Father for the one that whipped our ass when we went off, man. That's how we know the Heavenly Father. These nations don't know the Heavenly Father like we know Him, man. All right?
It says that there is no power, but only thou, O power.
So let them know that there is no power. The Lord is going to let these nations, these Edomites, these so-called white people, know that there is no other God but Him. All right? And how is He going to show that? By Him revealing His Son, man. All right? With judgment and destruction, man. And after that, mercy and compassion. And the building up of a greater society than ever was created on the face of the earth, man. All right, because these so-called white people, their society is going to go down, man. And there's going to be no remembrance of this, man. That's the beautiful thing about it, man. The only people that's going to remember this is the Lord and the men that tell about it, man. All right, the men that live to tell about it, man. How wicked the society, how they built their buildings high, man. Because there ain't going to be no skyscrapers in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right?
That's right.
There ain't going to be no 534 people in the Senate and the government, man. Or vote. You're not going to have an election every 4 years, man. All right? All that stuff is going to be done away with, man, with the so-called white man. Democracy, all right?
Yeah, we're not going to think about the fucking crappy, fucking shitty apartment we live in, you know? We're gonna fucking be sitting in the kingdom living lavishly, forgotten all about this fucking place.
Yeah, paying over $1,000 for 800 square feet, man.
Box.
For a box, man. We're going to live in, we're going to have football, we're going to have cities, man. We're going to have planets, man. That's what we're looking for, man.
Yes.
Some 800 square feet box, man. You serious, man? You're paying $1,000. That's a large portion. That's damn near 60% of your income, man. Goes towards your living expenses, your utilities. All right? Those days are going to be done away with, man.
Right.
Taxes, yeah. Back taxes. They send you out a letter threatening to garnish your wages. To take all your assets. They're not going to be the IRS in the kingdom of heaven, man. So when the Lord, Mac, read that again.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36, verse 5. It says, "Let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O God."
Yeah, let them know. Read it one more time, brother, because
it says, "Let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O God."
Yeah, so when the Lord bring forth this destruction, they're going to know like we have known. That's why we out here, man, because we know what the Lord is going to bring, man. Death and destruction, man. All right, the reason why we come out here in the rain, in the snow, in the cold weather, is because we know what the Lord is going to do, that he's one God, and he's going to bring death and destruction, man. And here we out here to warn our people, the elect, because we know the majority of them is just going to go along to get along in this society and end up dead, man.
Life is a lot easier on this side than, fucking up, losing oil, and then the Most High will fucking jack you up. Come through this way.
Yeah.
We know that for a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, because the man that knows shall be beaten with many stripes compared to the person that didn't know, you know what I'm saying, and didn't do it, he's going to be beaten with few stripes, man. All right, because these people are going to die. Hey, they might have get their heads chopped off quick. You know what I'm saying, compared to a dude like Yakanan that knew, you know what I'm saying, came up against the men of the Lord, had mercy, you know what I'm saying, came into the fold because he was with the elders. Then went back, started scoffing. That man gonna be beaten with many stripes, man. All right?
Go ahead. It says, "Show new signs and make other strange wonders."
Hey, the Lord showing signs all the time. The blood moon, the eclipse. All right, the Lord, the scripture says, show new signs, man. All of these signs that people are seeing and they don't understand that this is the end of this society. The Lord manifesting his signs in the sun and in the moon. The scriptures in Luke tell you about that. Super blood moon.
Yeah, get that, bro.
Okay.
Get that Luke 21, and also get Joel 2:30, and get Luke 21. I think it's 21:27.
All these signs that the Heavenly Father's showing, man, and our people really don't consider, man. But we know as watchmen that look, these are those times, man. The stock market collapsing, all right. The turmoil in the White House. They had this bitch Omarosa talking about. She was on the Big Brother talking about it's bad in the White House. And you got the faggot talking about, please tell me it's not, because she was an insider, man. I don't know if y'all brothers seen that, man. When Omarosa said, I was cut off from the president. I couldn't talk to him. The council around the president basically is toxic.
Yeah, because remember he appointed. He appointed this dude named Kelly.
Kelly, yeah.
And he's the one who cut off all communication from. He cut off even the InfoWars. Remember InfoWars, the Alex Jones and shit, able to communicate with Donald Trump. So he cut off InfoWars and the he cut him off from actually going to what's that, the press conference thing? You know?
Oh, okay, though. Yeah, the White House press
Yeah,
staff.
yeah. Press staff
So they don't
meeting.
have press. They don't have press pass.
No, they
They had a
one,
press
and
pass.
then he cut him
but
off.
he cut. Okay.
So he cut off all the people like Breitbart.
Breitbart. Yeah.
You know, the dude, the chief executive
Yeah.
of Breitbart. What was his name, man?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He had just recently
Yep.
got fired or whatever, and then he got fired for Breitbart.
That was part of his base, man.
That's part of his base.
Yeah, so
they
basically,
cut off his base.
yeah. So he's in power off of his base, and he's cutting off his base. So people, his base is basically going to eventually turn from him, man.
Yes, and that's what when the base realized that their last great hope, Donald Trump, was a failure. That's when you're gonna see that civil war break out into that civil war.
Yep. And that goes to show you, even when you got a nigga or a fucking nigga woman bitch inside the presidency, niggas still don't want to believe that inside there is fucking wicked as hell.
Yeah.
Can I bring up this quick precept? This is St. John 4:48. Then Yahweh Shai, then said Yahweh Shai unto him, except ye see signs and wonders, ye will not believe. So unless these people see some major extravagant, something crazy happen, these people won't believe. And even still then, they're gonna be fucking doubting and questioning.
Still questioning,
Yeah, because hey man, they wanted to talk to the Lord instead of Moses. But then when the Lord came around, then what happened? They was like, nah, Moses, we want to speak to you. You know, we want to speak to you because of all that they seen that power.
Yeah.
Now they want to fold up.
And by the way, the chief of staff's name, like the brother Marshall one, brother Steve Bannon.
Yeah, Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon.
Yeah. Couldn't think
Like
of
the
his
brother
name.
said, they cut off.
Yeah.
You know, so we can't wait, man. I mean, the race war is near. We getting signs. You got Joel the second chapter.
This is Joel chapter 2, verse 10.
Right?
It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Right? Keep going.
It says, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great.
Right. Jump down to verse 30.
30? Yeah. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 30. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke.
And that's what we waiting on. Now, because we've seen the wonders in the heavens. Now what we waiting on the earth is what? Blood and fire and pillars of smoke. That's what we waiting on, man. And like, and you brothers seen the news recently, how for the first time, what the prophecy was always talking about the two main characters of World War III, Iran and Israel. For the first time, they've had contact on the military level. Beautiful. Where, because both of them are in Syria. You know, Israel is on the west side of Syria, and then Iran is on the eastern part of Syria. And they're all battling. Iran is so-called battling them you know, those
The Free Syrian
Army,
Kurdish.
right?
Yep.
Well, no, the Kurds are really getting fought by Turkey.
Oh, Turkey.
Iran is fighting the you know
Free
those
Syrian Army.
right the Free Syrian Army that's going against Assad.
Okay.
Which that army is different than the Kurds YPG.
Kurds, yeah.
You know, so but remember the Free Syrian Army is backed by the United States.
Yeah,
By
exactly.
America.
Yeah. The United States, Israel,
Israel
Saudi
and
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. That's
Okay.
right.
So they're not going to let that thing go, even though Assad basically has control over most of Syria.
Yeah.
They're not going to let that war go, man.
No, because they already have Americans already set up shop.
Yeah.
You know, wherever the evil empire, like I call it, you know, wherever the evil empire from Star Wars, which is America, whenever the evil empire sets up shop, they're not leaving.
They call them the border wickets.
That's right.
They're the border wickets.
That's right.
So yeah, they're not. It makes, you know. But
They're not
hey,
leaving.
Trump's base sees that, man. Why are we over there in Syria?
They don't want, but it keeps happening, and then they're starting to understand that there is no hope.
Yeah.
Their government is rogue. Their government belongs to who? To the elites.
Yeah.
You know, to the Illuminatis, the Rothschild, the Rockefeller, the DuPont, the Geddes. Their government, you know, like Magdal Mattis. He gets his orders from motherfuckers like Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
He's not listening. You remember he got caught saying that Trump was an idiot and all that? They're talking about it, how he had a drunken, you know, rant talking shit about Trump. He don't get no orders from Trump. He gets his order from Henry Kissinger, man. And George Soros is, of course, George Soros is the funder of the upcoming race wars. Henry Kissinger is the one that charges the military structure, where to go to war and different military strategies, man. Now that used to be Zbigniew Brzezinski's job
when he died.
before, you know, all the way back to the 60s during the Cold War. That used to be his job.
He's the one that groomed Barack Obama to be president, man.
Yes.
Zbigniew Brzezinski.
Zbigniew Brzezinski.
Yeah. So it's all set up, man. The cabinet of, that's why I knew when Obama got in office, I knew that he wasn't going to be shit because it's a cabinet appointees. They all went back to the Clintons.
Yeah.
All right. They all go back to Goldman Sachs and Bank of America. Yeah.
Jimmy Diamond and all that other shit.
Same thing with Trump's cabinet, man.
Right.
They all go back to private to the
Well,
private.
yeah. What's the dude, man? The foreign. Man, name him though, man. The head. What he had? You know, he's like defense minister. No, I mean he speaks. He's usually for foreign policy. No, but the other one. No. He's on policy. He's always talking about going to war against Iran.
Talking about the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, the Secretary of Defense.
Nah, it's John Kelly.
Nah, he got his hair white. The dude with the white hair. I mean, type in Secretary of Defense, because he, you know, he's another one who's gung ho, who's talking all mad, talking mad trash about Donald Trump. So you know he's you know where he getting his order from. You know?
Yeah, well they have to get this country.
No, that's a general. That's a general Mad Dog Mattis. I'm talking about the other one. He used to be I think he used to be in charge of either Goldman Sachs or Wells Fargo. Some major bank. Rex Tillerson. That's the motherfucker right here. Rex W. Tillerson. You know, when you read on that motherfucker, he was in charge of he had the job as a banker, man. Secretary of State. Yeah. America's gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles.
That's right.
World War III and the race wars.
Killed, man.
That's right. Your government's got guillotines for you.
It goes to show you how fake the government is, because they'll take the wickedest bankers and they'll make them fucking employees of the government.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, they really fake. I mean, because they're the government. Government means the government control the mind. Yeah. So they control the mind. It's just because remember, this nation, this wicked country, offered what their forefathers, their founding fathers said, it's supposed to be a we the people type country, a republic.
Yep.
It's supposed to be a republic. But it wasn't going to last. It was based on wickedness and bipartisanship, not order. And it was based on what? On stealing resources, thievery, you know, slavery. So America ain't never had a chance, man. America, before this place was even thought of, man, the Lord had already set up this land right here. Even before the Northern Kingdom and the Northern tribes came over here, the Most High had already set from the very beginning. When the Most High started Genesis, when he started Genesis, he had already set this land up.
Yep.
That was gonna be the land of the final judgment, man.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to get there. That's that Isaiah 42, 9.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. 42 and 7 or something?
Yeah,
No, I don't think it's 42. I think it's 40. Try 47.
Yeah, man. Basically, you know, America ain't shit, man. You know, I was just thinking about it, man. The majority of the energy that you spend is to get the Federal Reserve note, which is not backed by shit. All right. Then you don't own your land. You can't till your land. You can't even afford land. All right. All the land is set up for corporations to make money. All right. You can't till the land. The wine you buy, for example, it comes from a field, man. All right. You should naturally be able to grow wine, you know, from the field. Instead, they privatized it and they made a corporation around it, set up corporations around it to actually grow and till the land, and then they monetize it for profit, man. So you spend all your energy for a fake dollar that ain't worth shit, just to buy shit that you could basically grow yourself, or you could trade amongst people.
Yeah, they're dumbing down people. Because I did a video on that the other day, where people don't know how to do anything anymore. They don't know how to grow food. They don't know how to start fires. They don't know how to build shelter. And that was the main thing I was talking about, was building the shelter. People, shit
People don't know how
fucks.
to survive.
Yeah, shit fucks up. People are fucking done for. They're gonna rely on the government.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And that's what the government actually wants them to do.
Exactly.
So they can just keep coming to them
Well,
and keep coming to them.
well,
So they can just keep.
Well, see, that's the beautiful part about it. That's how we know that when America starts collapsing, we know the collapse is going to be what? The collapse is going to be fast. Why? Because of that. The fact that the people are ultra reliant on the government for every fucking thing. Water, food, healthcare, which is medicine, healthcare, everything. They are ultra reliant on this government. So when all hell breaks loose and they're not able to receive those victuals, then it's going to descend into madness in a very, very short time.
And the same government that perpetuated that had you believing in the government being away, they're going to come with that answer, which is the R5 shit.
That's right.
All right,
Right.
so this society is not good.
It's not going to take long until the microchip is installed. Because niggas don't have enough food to just, look, them niggas are starving over in Katrina. That ain't take too long. As soon as it happened 2 weeks later, niggas was fucking dehydrated.
Look at what was going on inside the dome.
The dome.
Women's getting raped, like all types of fucking madness.
Well, the average
The
American,
same week.
the average American
It didn't take niggas months to realize, hey, you know what? Oh man, ain't gonna be no 911 for a minute. Ain't gonna be no investigation for a minute. Because you know that's what it's all about. The only reason why niggas can't do what they gotta do, what they wanna do, is they seen too many episodes of CSI, man. And they know fingerprints and DNA evidence, so it's gonna catch up to you.
Yeah, a lot of these dudes, man, they got a secret lust to kill a woman, man.
Yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
I want to kill this bitch, but I don't want to do 25 for life.
Yeah, brother.
Shit out of them, bitch.
Yeah, they see CSI. They noticed that the killer always get caught. Some way, somehow, somebody seen you do it. You know, forensic DNA, something.
These cameras.
You know. So yeah, that's why they like that hold back, and that's the only thing that's holding the society together is the appearance of law and order.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I really do believe that it's gonna only take one fucking major big hit, like maybe they put on CNN that the truckers are on strike, so no, like all of the supermarkets is done, and, you know, and then that's when a nigga people they see snow or some shit like that, some alerts come, they start fucking panicking.
Yeah.
So after that panic stage, after like 2 days of people not eating, they're gonna start bugging the fuck out. That's why I was saying the first alert to where the truckers or some food is not coming into the supermarket. That's when you're gonna start to see fucking crime rate go up like instantly, because niggas ain't got enough money to buy food. They steal anyway.
Absolutely.
So now stealing's gonna be at an all-time high. These crackers gonna be fucking nervous as shit staying inside.
They're gonna lock it. A lot of them gonna be locked and loaded, or they're gonna run to their family members that they know are locked and loaded. So that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a lot of Edomites that live in the city. They're gonna get in their trucks and head over to Uncle so-and-so that lives in whatever, because they know that uncle, he's got all this shit together. He's been the Edomite doomsday prepper. He's been looked at as the crazy Edomite who thinks the society is gonna collapse. They're gonna run to him and say, well, we're gonna be safe over there. And you know he's gonna welcome their family members, because that's more guns, more on hands, more shooters, you know, and they're gonna light niggas up.
But there's been I was reading an article, there's been amongst prominent or rich Edomites, there's been a big influx of buying, you know, those bomb shelters, bunkers and stuff. There's been a big influx of that, because they know they know something, you know what I'm saying, for them to be, you know, preparing and gearing up for all out heaven.
Which those bomb shelters can't do shit within the 23 miles of the blast radius. You live in it, that's gonna collapse the bunker. That's gonna become your grave, man.
How the fuck you gonna get out of that? Who's gonna get you out, man?
Yep.
The motherfuckers can't even get out when they have tornadoes, and they get in their bunkers and a house and shit just fall on. They can't even get that out.
This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. It says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Race wars, man. These race wars are gonna be brutal, they're gonna be vicious. It's gonna bring back the spirit of Jake. They're gonna be putting remembrance of what you did to us, man. They gonna see that white woman, man. They ain't gonna have compassion and mercy, man. You know, they ain't not gonna have that same docile spirit when they're hungry, man. All right, nah, man. Them days is over, man.
Verse 16 says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
Yeah, you might have Trump come on and say, "Everybody stay calm." People ain't gonna be hearing that, man.
Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest, man.
Stand up their own power, meaning you're gonna be able to do according to how powerful you are.
Hey, these governments tell people in situations of crisis, stay in place, be calm. You know,
The government
just like
help.
yeah, just like the when the towers in London caught fire, they was telling people calling the police, people calling the fire department, talking about the fire department was telling them to stay calm, stay in place, we're gonna come and get you.
Yeah,
Them
I
people
understand
burnt
about
alive.
the, yeah, I understand about. I agree with the staying calm, but the stay in place shit. You gotta move while you staying calm. You ain't staying in one spot.
They're gonna have those militia groups with those fucking jeeps.
Oh, yeah. They show you the movies. They put this shit in the movies, man. They put it in the cinema, man.
They're out there. They're out there. You look at their license plate. It's got that snake, that yellow snake. It's called that "Don't Tread on Me." Yeah, that's the militia right there, man. They're ready. They're ready, man.
Yeah.
Get that man and go back.
It's Isaiah chapter 46, verse 8.
Right.
It says, "Remember this, and show yourselves men."
Right.
"Bring again to mind, O ye transgressors. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Lord, and there is none else.
Right.
I am the Most High, and verse 10.
Yeah, keep going.
It says, "For there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done saying."
Right, what is that? It's called prophecy. It's simple. One word for it. It's prophecy. It's declaring the end from the very beginning. Telling you things that are going to happen before they happen. It's prophecy. So the Heavenly Father, that's when the Lord shows the highest level of what? Of power. What's more powerful than knowing what the hell is going to happen before it happens?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And that's the God of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The power to tell you something that's going to happen before it comes to pass.
Right.
And he set up the prophets to declare it unto his people, man. That's the mercy. That's a far out power,
Think
man.
about this. If you're standing right here, brother, and let's say, I'm a piano that's falling off the fucking, the top of the roof or some shit. You tell the motherfucker that's next to you, say, listen, the piano is about to fall in 2, 3, and you move, and then bam, it falls right there. He gonna look at you like,
People gonna look at you like,
what? That's power. They're gonna look at you like, oh man. Now immediately, then of course, the problem with that, they're gonna start worshiping you, man. Which that's what happens. When you tell the Lord saying he's the power of prophecy, so you worship him because that's an immense power, man.
Yo, now that goes to show you how much warning. Just because the brother says it so smoothly, that doesn't mean you shouldn't take it as a high regard. Because as that brother says that, you got to look at it to where we're letting you know the RFID chip is coming. So when they actually, we're all gonna be looked at like that. So you got to really put that in your mind and imagine that. That's what makes help you drive. That what makes help you intensify your drive for this knowledge.
That's right.
This
Let the brother get
finishing in second Edges, the 15th chapter. It says, verse 16, it says, "For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go in a city and shall not be able."
But you know why they're not gonna? You know why they're not gonna be able to? One, because of the RFID chip. Two, because they're gonna be blowing these bridges. They're gonna be blowing these.
That's
these
another good point.
Entrance and exits these cities.
Quarantine, so they don't call, because when the pestilence breaks out, that's a great point, brother. When the pestilence breaks out, they're gonna blow up bridges. They're gonna put blockades on bridges. Absolutely, they're gonna quarantine cities. There's no doubt about that.
Seen that in that movie Gotham. Gotham
well, I
City.
haven't seen that. Well, oh, you talking about? Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Gotham,
Batman.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Dark Knight
yeah,
Rises.
the why?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
blocked New York, man. They said y'all can't leave out.
Legend.
Because Bane was trying to blow shit up. And they blocked the city off. So we expecting these things to happen. We want these things to happen.
Well, these is government documents that they say for contingency, for pestilence come. There's unclassified documents that tell you what they want to do. Tell you the list of concentration camps that they have, man. They put this information out on the White House website, man.
They don't hide it. They know they hide in plain view. They know they've dumped down the society so much, especially you Negroes, Spanish and Native Americans. But you're gonna be open to this shit, man. I mean, and listen, part of it really starts with faith and being part of the elect, but also it's also gonna trigger to what? You niggas that are out here eating all types of madness, man. You swine eating niggas. You fucking pork chop eating, shrimp, crabs eating, seafood eating niggas. When that pestilence comes, that's gonna be easy.
That parasite, man.
Easy. It's gonna eat y'all niggas alive.
Yeah. Them parasites, man, they ain't no joke. They gonna be telling you, I need something to eat. I need something to eat.
Looking like Levi out of Haiti. I'm watching the little they eating mud cakes. They eating dirt.
Yeah.
They eating dirt to take away the hunger.
Man,
Man.
that's a whole
Mud
nother level right
cakes.
there.
That shit is crazy.
You don't see that.
And it says, verse 17 says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil it. Yeah, you fucking
Hey,
devil.
you see them, they friends, man. They friends. They gonna turn on each other, man.
Yeah.
When all hell breaks
No,
loose
but
in this
see the
society.
thing. But we can't. But see, this is the thing, though, man. We can't always ignore them because.
I know, but I'm saying I know what you're saying, but you weren't saying anything wrong with them, but they
No.
want to be ignorant. And
No,
they
but-
just try to lure you in to get you in trouble.
Oh no, the thing. Well, we listen. We spiritual men. We reading the Bible. We're not here to be physical with anybody.
Good.
We're here to preach the word, the gospel. But the thing is, the gospel that we preaching ain't gonna be nice for everybody. So some people gonna get offended.
That's
Yeah.
right. Let them get offended.
Verse 18 again.
Because the neighbors shall go against neighbors, and his friends like he gonna wind up eating with him.
When you gonna get eaten by one of this man?
Yeah.
He said he's ready. I'm ready, bitch. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Verse 18 says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Hey, you can't fight. You can't fight if you got a pessimist, man. If you got Ebola, you ain't gonna be out there with a sword, a gun, coughing and shit.
Go from blood and shit.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the pride. It's gonna feel so sweet because of how proud America is, man. I mean, you see how some of these nations were happy when 9/11 happened, man. They say, man, that a lot of phone calls were being made. Motherfuckers deserve that shit. They had motherfuckers, them Arabs over there shooting guns in the air and shit.
Watching Edomites jump out the building.
I mean, there was a lot of happy. That's how you see that this place is hated. This place is hated, man.
Yeah.
America is hated
Ain't
around the
nobody
world,
gonna be
man.
sending care packages to these American people when they suffering, man.
That's good.
UNICEF.
That's good. Can I ask you a question? Did you know America's an evil empire?
Have a great time. If it's so evil, why are we all here?
Well, because we slaves. That's why. We came off a boat in 1619. We came off a boat. How's you gonna answer why we here? We have to be slaves. That's why we here. What you talking about, man? Hey, brother, can I ask you a question, man? How'd you get here, bro? Hey, man, how do we get here, man? How do black folks get here in America, man? Because the white lady said, wait, listen, why you here in America if it's so evil? We asked her, how we get here?
You asked her, what
I asked her. She didn't say anything, right? She kept walking.
Well, I thought we was born here by old ships.
Right. Did we migrate here, man? We had passports?